take it, give it. So, how are you feeling nowadays? How are you feeling today?
On the same page as you, sir.
Same page as that's it. So today our theme is fun plus learning. Fun plus learning. And here I remember what Smetli told, Ralph C. Smetli. He told, true learning happens only in the moments of fun. So we need to have our learning as fun-filled as possible. And we come here every day in the hope of learning something new from the speakers, from the Toastmaster of the day, and from other role takers here. So now, how do you learn? I remember in our youth, for example, our learning, our fun was reading novels. And just because those days there was no mobile, no TV, nothing, he must be remembering. So our fun was taking some detective novel until it is finished, no sleep, no food, nothing. We used to read it at one go, yes. And that was the craze we had. James Hadley Chase and all those things. You remember them?
Alistair MacLean.
Very magical. And those series were so good. And those were the times. And even now we come here because somewhere we also enjoy, somewhere we get knowledge as well as fun. And there are other activities also where we get knowledge and fun. Life itself is a university. Every day you learn something new. But sometimes it cannot be fun, it can be something else. You learn things the hard way. It's okay. It's part of life. It happens. Now, before getting too deep into the topic, I leave it to the presiding officer. The presiding officer today is Toastmaster Shima. She joined the club. And I have some rules for you. The 3 golden rules. First of all, put your mobile on silent mode. And don't walk around when the speaker is on the stage. And avoid speaking on sensitive topics like religion, politics, and sex. And also, I would advise you, I would request you to please stand up and recite the club motto. For better listening, for better thinking, and for better speaking, we learn by doing. Thank you. So today we have a Toastmaster, the president of our club. She joined our club maybe 2 years back, and she also went to speech club and volunteered for the speech club. And from the time she has joined our club is improving like anything. And not only that, she is also in charge of a women's orphanage. She is a general secretary of a political party. She is a very active personality. So with a thunderous round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Shima.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
And guests. Thank you, GTM Mega, for a wonderful introduction. Welcome to Garden City Toastmasters meeting number 1596. This is a special meeting because it is a linkers meet. We are having a meeting with NITK by Beehive. Okay. Welcome to the linkers meet with NITK Beehive. Today's topic is
Yes.
fun.
Beehive. Is it okay? Correct. No, they have removed 2 E's.
Pronounce it same way.
Beehive. So as I was telling you, the theme of today's meeting is fun plus learning. What is learning? Learning is a potential aspect. It's a fundamental aspect of human development. It opens the doors of human potential. It helps us to achieve our goals. At the same time, it also helps us to achieve or to know what our future is in unfolding our future. But every time we overlook something that is fundamental, that is required for learning, and that is fun. Without fun, we will be stifling the growth. We'll be stifling the curiosity. We'll be stifling the urge to learn something new. So with this, I would like to tell that somewhere down the line, whenever we are learning, we also think that it's a chore, an unavoidable chore. And because of it, the essence of learning is somewhere lost. The research, so those who have done on the students say that when there is learning without fun, the children tend to learn things, but they don't retain it for a long time, and they don't even develop the skills to apply it in their life. Many of you maybe are of my generation, where we learn cos theta, sin theta, and laws of thermodynamics, and God knows balancing of chemical equations, which are of no use to us today. But yet we learned it. It was pain. We learned it, and of no use. But there are some beautiful things in my school life. I studied in Gulabi school, and we had a club called Young Students Movement, where we used to have this village experience camp. They used to select about 10 students from the school, and about 10 to 15 schools would take part in this camp. And incidentally, on that year, when I was in high school in grade 9, we went to a village called Tumrikot. It is about 1.5 hours from Hubli. It was a remote village. There was no electricity also. We learned beautiful things there. We learned how to plow the fields, or to milk the cows, or even to collect the firewood, or to grind on the masala on the stone. These are few things that we learned. We also learned to draw water from the wells. And we also were taking part in giving education about health and hygiene to the women there. Or we would do survey and know how many children got pulse polio. We were taking up literary classes for the adults and teaching them how to use the muster roll. We had fun, lot of fun. We used to have bonfire in the night. We used to sit down by the fire, sing songs, tell jokes, tell the entire days what was our experience, share our stories. We had wonderful time, and it was learning that was happening, and it was all the fun. It is still fresh in my mind. Down now, when I think about the farmers' strike, I can very well relate to them, because I was also, maybe for a very brief point of time, but I held the plow in my hand. When we talk about the Mangrega scheme of the government, where they give employment to the rural adults for 100 days, and they talk about the muster roll, I know about it, because I was there to teach them about what the muster roll. So learning is not just learning for the sake of learning. Learning should have some achievement also. It should be a purposeful learning. A learning which is also accompanied by fun. It's only then that we can have a purposeful life in this world. Now when, as our Aditya Mirza introduced me, I take care of the orphanage. Maybe this is where I learned humility. To look out and help those who are not privileged. This was the founding, something that was done in my school days, where I learned these things. So learning is very important. Let us learn a purposeful living, and also learn with fun. With this, I declare meeting number 1596 of Garden City. Before come here, let me introduce the presiding officer of NIGK Beehive, and that is Toastmaster Kejriwal. He was a past president of this club. He is a Rotarian, and he is known in the club as Kishore Kumar because of his wonderful voice. Let us hope that we get to hear some of his songs over here. With this, I pass on the basket to Toastmaster Kejriwal. With a round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Kejriwal.
And we do have
And hammer over here. If you touch here, there's a table here.
don't stand in front of me.
Yeah, no.
Huh? Good evening to all the Toastmasters from GCTC and NITK Beehive. On behalf of NITK Beehive TM Club, I open meeting number 231, officially open. Let's I will skip the MOM part of our NITK Beehive since we are having a request meeting. Any guests are there today? From either GCTC or NITK?
Yeah.
We have one guest.
How many guests?
One.
One?
There is one more, two.
Two? I would request the guests to kindly introduce themselves. About 2 lines.
Okay, so good evening Toastmasters. I'm Kshitij. I've been a past Toastmaster in Garden City Toastmasters Club. I was there around 2019 when Askanya Minister was there as the president, and I was there for I think more than a year or I think 2 years. And then I went back home. I went to Pune and then for some college, and then I was not a Toastmaster for a long time. But now I'm back in Bangalore. So today I realized that I am near this club, and I just wanted to meet everyone. Happiness sir, and still Ramgopal sir was there. Ramlal sir is missing. But so yeah, I wanted to meet everyone. So I'm here. But it feels so good that the oldest Toastmaster club of India is still running so well, and it will be good. So, thank you everyone.
Warm welcome to you, Sukhdeep. Please come back to Toastmasters.
Sir, one Mr. Deepak.
Yeah, I know that. Next year. Mr.
Good
Deepak.
evening all. I am Deepak.
Deepak Dhalan. What is that?
Deepak Dalan.
Ah.
So I came to know about this Toastmaster by one of my friends. I just came to learn and enjoy this hour. So that's one from my side. Thank you.
Warm welcome to you, Deepak. Let's give them a big round of applause and hope they join GCTC as soon as possible. Okay, moving forward. My predecessor, Toastmasters Seema, am I right, from GCTC. She touched upon the topic of fun plus learning. She touched upon the orphanage and some of the projects that she did during her life.
3 members.
Is it over or just started? Rewind it. So on the same lines, just a few sentences I'd like to say. In Rotary, we do similar projects with fun. We have fun and fellowship together. All the projects that Toastmaster Seema mentioned, we carry that out in Rotary. And on a very large scale. And every now and then, we have fun-filled sessions, singing songs, going on treks, going out on vacations, group vacations with the Rotary clubs. So that's a nice way how we learn in Rotary. Totally practical experience in Rotary what we get. It's an experience that you should always experience once you come back to Rotary. And since the time is limited, I think so, let me call upon our Toastmaster of today's meeting is what I generally say. He is already over. So today's Toastmaster of today's meeting is a person who is a mentor, a coach, a guide, a friend, always have a smile on his face, and more importantly, one of the most charming persons of NIT Gateway Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as a welcome Toastmaster Ramdas Bhatt to this board. Welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santoshi, for that warm introduction. I'm a little above the ground now. Related introduction. Thank you. Can I ask a question? Who learns better, faster, children or adults?
Children.
Of course, children. We know the reason as well. They don't know what is failure. They're always creative. They always love fun. They're so spontaneous. That's why anything you give to them, they learn so quickly. Give a toy. They play for some time and then see how they can repair the toy. Give a mobile, they know everything inside the mobile. Whereas we adults, as we grow up, we have a lot of responsibility in our life. We have to earn to take care of the family. We have to earn so that we have savings for future. This all leads to a lot of maybe sort of pressure or busy life, and we forget to have fun. Because we don't have fun, learning becomes very, very difficult because the mind opens only when it's relaxed. Under tension, the mind doesn't absorb as the kids or children. So in Toastmasters, as already mentioned by ATM Richaji and President Toastmaster Shema, children love and accordingly should have fun in our Toastmasters meeting as well. The founder of the Toastmasters, Ralph Swissmilty, also said that we should have fun in the meeting because the members already have sort of pressure outside. When they come inside, if the meeting is monotonous or boring, they do not like. So for them to absorb, the meeting should be fun. So how we can have fun meetings? There are multiple ways of doing fun meetings. We used to do like linkers meetings one. Secondly, we can have theme-based meetings. For example, during Holi, all of us can wear some color dress and bring colorful charm and joy in the meeting room. Christmas time, cut the cake and enjoy the Christmas. Or we can have some special roles. Some of the clubs do have. They are joke master, which is not assigned role, but we can bring something different. So like this, we can bring fun to the meetings so that every meeting becomes joyful and the members look forward to come and learn. Of course, we have a structured learning Toastmasters, you all know. We have prepared speeches where the members come prepared and deliver the speeches here, which will help them to present to their clients whenever they have to present. We have tabletop session where impromptu topics are given to members so that we practice to speak impromptu on general topics. And this evaluation process where we get the feedback from general evaluator and other evaluators about the roles that are taken here. So Toastmasters International, which was founded by Ralph Swissmilty, has helped close to 8 million members so far. It is spread across 144 countries with 14,700 clubs across the globe, with 240,000 members, active members. It's not easy to build a club of the global scale, and all of us know that we are completing the 100th year. Next month we are completing the 100th year of Toastmasters. For any organization to survive and thrive beyond 20, 30, 40 years, it should be really, really solid. Otherwise, it will not survive for longer time. So Toastmasters, because the value that adds to members, because it's a fun and learning, members do come back and they learn through this forum. So how we can add value to members? All of us know that a club has to operate under a fixed or given guidelines with Toastmasters International. We cannot just have anything in Toastmasters. We have a structured way how to conduct a meeting. Still, there are some clubs which are vibrant, which are flourishing, because they have their culture which is attracting the members and the guests. A culture is nothing but, it is said, how it is being done. Culture is something where every member thinks that he or she is getting value by attending the meetings. Every member looks forward to come and be part of this meeting. In fact, in one of our meetings, a member came and she said after the meeting, we had education sessions, she said, my headache went away after coming to the meeting. It is true, I am not joking. She said she had a headache and by coming to the session, she said, I enjoyed so much, 1.5 hours, I feel refreshed. That is the culture a club should have. The club stands for culture, culture stands for the club, and that helps us to thrive and flourish a club. And we know GCTC, Garden City Toastmasters Club, is doing its 1596th meeting, which is running 32nd year now, which is absolutely not easy. Being part of Toastmasters, I know how to get members, how to retain the members, how difficult it is. And this club is having so many DTMs. So I really congratulate GCTC, Garden City Toastmasters Club, for having such a beautiful run and thriving. It's a round of applause to Garden City Toastmasters Club. Also congratulate the leaders or the mentors or the pillars of this club who made possible and encouraging this to grow in a big way. A Toastmasters meeting, as we know, has 3 structures, already mentioned: prepared speeches, table topics, and feedback, or we call general evaluation. For today, a general evaluator is someone who enjoys writing, reading, and singing. He is a Kishore Kumar of our club. You know when he joined Toastmasters? Can you guess? He joined in the year 2007, which is 17th year that he has been a Toastmaster. And he is a DTM plus DTM, that is 2 times DTM, which is incredible. When I asked him, if you become the president of Toastmasters International, what one change or improvement you would like to bring? He said, I want to roast one roll taker at the end of the meeting. Only a DTM can think of giving critical feedback to the roll taker. So please help me welcome General Evaluator today, DTM Vaskandar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramdas, for that wonderful introduction. And in my tag team, I wish to make some changes. Our counter, can Shitish take our counter? I might have to leave because we have to leave early. So our counter can include Toastmaster Anand, okay?
You give me Gramarian also.
Okay, Gramarian will make some of this. Gramarian, I'll add a D to this. So it is not term, it's datum, okay. You can run now. Is it okay? Yeah. So let me tell why I am here. I am a general evaluator and I will be evaluating the meeting right from the word go till the end. Not only the meeting, even all the roll takers. And you can trust me, I am not going to spare anyone. And to help me in this task, I have enlisted the services of a few meeting leaders. I know what they are going to do, but let's hear directly from the horse's mouth. The first one is timer, Toastmaster Pratap. Take it away, one.
Yeah, I'll be helping sir in keeping the time. Time is very important. And I will be showing the green for qualification, yellow for intermediate, and red for disqualification time. Thank you.
And what will you do with the timings you have written? You take home or what?
I will I will report to you and file a
Okay, thank you. And our second meeting leader is our counter, and today it is being played by Toastmaster Anand.
Good evening, Toastmasters. A speech at a park is as good as an engine, smooth running. You have the crutch words like you know, I know, who, It's going to create a lot of pathetic problems, like in an engine which is not actually lubricated properly. I'm going to keep a ear open and an eye open for the R counter and make a note of what was told, and then give the gist of it to the GE when called for.
Thank you so much. So you are a mechanical engineer? Or, okay, thank you. Suits. And there is one more meeting leader who is carrying a barometer to measure the quality of English that we speak, and we call it grammarian, and today it is being played by TTR Ramla.
This is general evaluator for Toastmasters, and yes, my task has already been explained by the general evaluator himself. So I'm going to note down all the good usage of the English language and also the not so good usage and how it can be improved upon. And today's word of the day happens to be cheerful, and a sentence that I can think of on the word cheerful is, I always find Toastmaster Ramdas cheerful. You can see him right now smiling. We also have a phrase of the day, on the same page. I mean, it can be used in the probably, we are all on the same page where Toastmasters is concerned. All of us are here to improve our communication skills. That means we are all on the same page. With that, back to the
Thank you so much. And a phrase of the day.
Yeah, we are all on the same page where it comes to communication.
The beehive inside the garden is on the same page. With that, I have taken my introductions and hand over control of the lecture back to the Toastmaster.
We're on the same page now?
Yes.
To make this meeting more cheerful, let's start with the first section or first part of the meeting. As I said earlier, this is a prepared speeches where the members prepared the speeches, they got mentored, and they prepared as per the guidelines given by Toastmasters International. They are presenting here today whatever they have learned, and they want to improvise based on the feedback. We are going to change the order of the speaking based on the levels of their speeches. Before I call upon the speaker, may I request the second speaker evaluator, Dismissed Toastmaster Ramlalji, to read the guidelines for L1P3.
I guess, yeah. I'm told that the objective of the speech of the project is to write a speech.
And this is L1P3.
Yeah.
L1 read to P3.
P3 body language. Yeah.
Body
language. Body language. For the information of guests and members, L1 P3 deals with body language. Body language consists of, the gestures, hand gestures, eye contact, and then the facial expressions. And I'm going to look for all these while the speaker is going to make his presentation. And I think the time allotted for this project is 5 to 7 minutes. With that, back to the MC of the day, Toastmaster Ramdas.
Thank you, Detail Ramlalji. This speaker is a Toastmaster since 4 months. He has given 2 speeches, this is the 3rd speech. He enjoys trekking and singing. He believes in community service. He is a true Rotarian. He was a past president of the Rotary Club, and he has served so much, he is serving even now. It's a big story which will take long time to introduce. And when I asked him why he comes to Toastmasters meeting week after week, he says he wants to learn from others. He wants networking with people. He says good people who come to Toastmasters and learn from them. Last time, if you become the Toastmasters International President, what would you do? He said that I'll make sure that all speeches should have humor. Because humor is something we need to learn as a speaker. We make mandatory that there should be some humor in every speech. He is doing Pathway Presentation Mastery. It's L1 P3. And the title of the speech is Customer Service. Please help me welcome.
No. Customer service is Habib. Anand is Habib.
Habib, no, it is Habib.
So please help me welcome the speaker for today, Toastmaster Habib.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear friends and guests. Today, my subject is about customer service. After 35 years of experience in service, I am about to speak about the customer service experience which I have. Before I start, I just wanted to know what do you mean by customer service? Customer service, yeah.
Post-sale relationship with the customer.
Customer service is the support given to a customer before or after the purchase of a product or services. Now, even after giving all the services what are all available, is the customer satisfied? Or have you retained the customer for a very long time? Or are you able to do the business from him for a very long time? Sometimes possible yes, sometimes possible no. Way back in 1992, when I started my business, because I come from a normal business class, like I don't come from a business class background, I come from a working class background. My father is an architect. So I never had any business background, nor I had any money. So way back in 1992, when I started my business, I got a customer from Devanhalli who came to my office. He saw a very big office on Infantry Road, and he came to my cabin and sat there and told, "You have got a very big office." I said, "No, I just want to know what all you deal. Where is your factory?" I told him, "Sir, the cabin which you are seeing here, this itself is my office. This is a business center. And the table which you are seeing there, that itself is my factory." Hey, what you are telling like this? He said, "How can you give service to us to Devanhalli? How can you support?" That was the new, at those days the computer was new. Then I told him, "Sir, you are the first customer." What this fellow is telling everything frankly, you are first customer. And how will you support us? I told, "Sir, I don't have anything to prove that I am a good person. I don't have anything. But trust me, I will not let you down. That much I can guarantee." Believe me, from those days to the next 6 months to 1 year, 50% of the Devanhalli customers were my customers. I used to go by scooter, tying a CPU, and those days we would have a big CRT monitor and a UPS in the side of garage in the scooter. Go, deliver, install, set up, come back, again come back to office, take a swab, clean everything. After everything is over, prepare it, and again sit at the salesman. The moment 5:30 is over, again I used to remove the time, start assembling and repairing computer up to night 1:30, go back home. This was the way which I started. The customer service which I gave to those entire Devanhalli, a few of them are even today my customers, including the first person who was there, Dr. Nataraj. This was my experience in those days. Even today, an 85-year-old gentleman by name Mr. Prasad, he comes from Banshankari, spending 850 rupees on an Ola car to buy a 350 rupees antivirus. Once in a year, sits for some time, had tea with me. He was a pilot those days, and again he goes back. Just because he wants to see me. Recently, about 1 month back, one young gentleman came to my office with his son and he told me that he wanted to buy a desktop PC. So while I was explaining him and all, because usually nowadays I don't attend the customers because most of the time I am at the back office. Our sales people are taking care of this. But once he asked my name, so I had to come there. And he told me that I want to speak to you, I want to buy a PC for my son. So I never knew who this gentleman was. So he was a very young chap. I was explaining him all the details about the customer, all the details about my product. Then he told me, sir, do you remember me? I told, no, sorry, I don't remember you. He told, my father had brought me here to buy a PC. Then I was thinking how old I am. Because his father had brought him to buy a PC and he is bringing his son to buy a PC. I've spent almost 35 years in this field. So that's how these things keep continuing. So many people, TV artists, Lankesh Patrike, different sectors, private sectors, everybody I started supplying, giving. Just one lady who had purchased a PC from one of my friend, which was under warranty, was not satisfied by his service, who came to me to do one small repair, which I attended to that repair. She took me to so many places in the entire South India. I have sold around more than 1,000 to 1,500 pieces. She was a TV journalist by name Rekha Rani. So these things keep on happening, continuing because the customer service which we need to give. Now, after giving all the services, today, how many customers I have retained? Maybe 10% of those old customers. Because now what we are getting all new customers. They come back in. Of course, I don't sit also there to give a personal touch. They come, they want. Now the only thing which is remaining now, whatever services you give, ultimately it comes to price. Yeah, आपका Lenovo Yoga laptop you are giving for 80,000. Online it is showing 75,000. I have spent 1 hour with him. But still you get the same thing. But at the end of it, what I have found out, that whatever the reason may be or whatever the cause, anything may be, once you keep the customer satisfied and give him continued service, I will challenge you, you will not go empty-handed road. You will definitely do your business in spite of now having 4, today he had come to my place, in spite of having 4 stores, HP, Lenovo, Acer, you find in our stores customer anytime. So this is what I want to tell you. So don't stop giving customer service, give customer service. You do your duty properly, customer will definitely come back. Thank you.
What a story. Habib, you shared your personal story, very, very touching. And you give examples from your own experience, how the customers are coming back, looking for you, and the son bringing his son. You have little humor, very subtle humor. I really enjoyed. Thank you so much for the wonderful speech. Let's move on to the second speaker. Before I call upon the second speaker, let me invite the evaluator, Mr. Toastmaster Ramgopal, to read the guidelines.
Toastmaster Anand will be delivering the speech, and the title he said is Imagine Rotary. And the project purpose is, the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic.
Thank you. This speaker was passionate about Indian game, national games, is cricket. And later he moved to play badminton. And now he enjoys scuba diving and trekking. He is a passionate Rotarian, as a past president. And I always wonder, he does so much of Rotary work. Where he finds time for his professional, he's a civil engineer and his own company. And for the personal family time, how we can balance all these three. I'm always wondering, he must be having little extra time during 24 hours, is what I always wonder. So he joined our club 9 months back. He is an orator. He is a keynote speaker, hosts many programs giving keynote speeches. As you remember, he was on Spandana Kannada TV speaking about Chandana Kannada TV, speaking about water conservation. Very, very sensitive for the nature and how we can conserve water and forest. Please help me welcome the speaker who is attempting L1 P2 speech, presentation mastery, and the topic is Imagine Rotary. Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you, Ramdas. Thank you, Ramdas ji, and a very good evening to all the Toastmasters and DTMs here. Don't believe him. 90% of what he said is all not there. Imagine if you're lost on the Alps without your passport and you need a friend to bring you down and to help you out of the country back into India. What do? Imagine you want to do a lot of social service and you don't know what to do about it. What do? Which is, if you have a 10 lakh rupee and you want to donate to somebody, and when you know that there is a cost involved when it comes to NGOs, maybe charging from 5% to about 52%, but you don't want a single rupee going amiss, but it goes into the cost that you want to do it, that you have disdained that it should go to. What do? Well, let me take it a notch higher. If you have the world wars going on and it stops, and you want the peace deal to be written down, what do? You imagine these situations, and in this situation, it's the Rotary that comes forward. 48 Rotarians were involved in writing the UN Charter after the Second World War was stopped. And in the Alps, there are many stories which says that, not just the Alps, so many other places. Take my own case, my niece, she got an entry into a university in Italy. We didn't know how to send her, a lone girl. She's just about 21 years old. Going there into an unknown place, into an unknown region, without knowing the language. We just had to call up the Rotary governor there and ask for help. We had his son taking her to the place where she's supposed to stay. And as it turned out, there were professors from her college who were Rotarians in the club that she was called to. And that's Rotary. 1905, February 25th was the day when Rotary started. This is the 119th year of Rotary. And imagine anything that you want to do on this earth, you have Rotary for that. Our Kishore Kumarji, he loves singing. We have something with him. Our Toastmaster Pratap, he loves to write. We have something for him. Our Toastmaster Habib, with him I share the passion of hiking. We have something for him. And there is something to do in the service front. As Rotarians, we work hard, we also party harder. Imagine the town of Devanahalli we didn't have sweet water to drink. And Rotary steps up there and gives the entire town of Devnali sweet drinking water complying with the BS standards of 1005. And that's what Rotary can do for you. Join the Toastmasters. I request the Toastmasters and the people who are leaders here to check out what Rotary can do for you in your personal leadership skills too, in your progression in doing something for the society, in your passion to maybe Toastmasters. Our NITK Beehive is also, we call it as part of the Rotary Fellowship. We have a combination of Rotary and Toastmasters coming together in NITK Beehive. So anything that you can imagine can be done cheerfully in Rotary. The concept of Toastmasters and the concept of Rotary both are on the same page. While we are at it, I would like you to hear a story that I underwent. The Corona time, when Bangalore was struggling for oxygen concentrators, we got a call from Singapore, Rotary Club of Bugis Junction, saying that I'm from Bangalore and you guys are undergoing a problem. What do you think I can do for you guys? He said, we don't want money, we want oxygen concentrators. Can you send it? How many do you want? How many do we want? When the whole state and the whole town was burning, we said as much as you can. They gave us 100 oxygen concentrators with a rider saying that you pick it up from here. As the president at that time, I called up DHL saying that you are the only guys who can do the documentation and pick it up for us from Singapore and bring it to Bangalore. This is for the Rotary work, 100% philanthropy is involved, nothing to do with any trade. Help us, quote a figure that we will not be able to refuse. They called me back half an hour later saying that we know you Rotarians, we know what you do, and if it is for the Rotary purpose, we'll pick it up free of cost for you. DHL picked it up, but they had a rider saying that if you want it tomorrow, we can ship it to Delhi. If you want it 3 days later, we can ship it to Bangalore. He said, send it to Delhi, we'll pick it up from Delhi, not to worry. Somebody from our club knew somebody in AirAsia. We gave a tinkle. The gentleman came back on the line and we gave the same quote saying that this is for the philanthropic purpose or project of Rotary. Tell us a price that we can't refuse. Half an hour later, he came back saying, for Rotary, we are going to pick it up from Delhi to Bangalore free of cost. In 72 hours, 100 oxygen concentrators with all documents done, got picked up from Singapore, went to Delhi, and from Delhi to Bangalore, and in the next 3 hours, we had the Rotary sticker on it, and we were out giving it out wherever it was needed. That's what Rotary can do for you. I request all the people here to try, experience the experience of being Rotarians. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing a glimpse of what Rotarians can do or what Rotary can do for society. And I always believe that Toastmasters and also Rotary is nothing but networking, where, give example, if a niece going to Italy and getting support from unknown land, and also getting the concentrate from Singapore to Bangalore, free of cost and in a short time, really very well explained. I'm sure it will motivate many of us to become part of this big organization as well. Thank you. Let's move on to the third speaker. So before I call upon the speaker, we invite the evaluator Toastmaster Santoshi to read the guidelines for the third speaker.
Well, boys and girls, good evening to all of you once again. The speaker next who's going to come onto the stage will be delivering her L4P1 speech. The speech length is about 10 to 15 minutes, and the purpose of the speech is, as the speaker is delivering a speech, she will face a discursive audience. How she handles this situation, what are the skills that she has to handle this situation, is what I'm going to focus on during my evaluation. I wish all the best to the speaker. Thank you so much.
This speaker has already been introduced, but it's no need to introduce on the stage. She likes challenging job. She would like to travel across the globe, not only in India. She was the Vice President Education of this club, been member of this club for last 2 years, and currently the President of this club. And asked her, what is that you want to do when you become the International President of Toastmasters? She said, I want to do 2 things, not 1. She said, 1 is introduce global exchange of Toastmasters across the globe. The richness of Toastmasters from place to place, country to country to be exchanged so that we gain more and more perspective and experience. And second is the most important, I believe, is the fees, the membership fees that we need to pay Toastmasters is little difficult to many people in countries like India. Students or people with not so rich background with finance may not be able to afford. She says, I'll reduce the price for countries like India so that many members can join and get the benefit. So this speaker is again speaking on the same pathway, which is presentation mastery, L4P1, and the title of the speech is Emotion Paradox. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Shima.
We will vote for her to become the president of
As soon as possible, as soon as it becomes,
sooner the better.
sooner the better.
John Keats said, and I quote, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever." Unquote. Distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. The title of today's speech is Emotional Paradox. Every year, in every summer holidays, my children would ask me to take them on a vacation. And year after year, we used to take them to different places. And that particular year, we took them to Kashmir. I myself was excited. I was cheerful that we were going to Kashmir. We landed in Srinagar, and from there we went to Dal Lake in a taxi. It was already dark. It was full moon, and the moonlight was shimmering on the Dal Lake. We took a shikara. For those who don't know what shikara is, if you have watched the movie Kashmir Ki Kali, where Shami Kapoor is singing a song and he falls into from that shikara, that is shikara, a small boat. From there we went to the boat house. It was a beautiful boat house. Actually, when we are passing by, the ripples that were caused by our shikara was actually disturbing the sleepy Dal Lake. And when we reached the boat house, which was named Jannat, Paradise, my children were so excited. They kept running in and out everywhere. We quickly changed and we had a delicious waswan, the Kashmiri food, comprising of the gosht bun and the lotus stem. And we retired for the day because it was already very late and early morning we had to go to Pahalgam. Around 4:30 in the morning, I woke up my children, dressed them up in warm clothes, and we moved from there, from Srinagar to Pahalgam in a cab. As soon as we reached Pahalgam, there were 2 horsemen who got for us 5 horses and put each of us into the horse. I was contemplating as to how my children, minor children of age 10, 8 and 4 will be able to ride a horse. For that matter, I was not sure of myself also. I didn't know how to ride a horse. And even before I could voice my concern, the horse next to me, whoosh, like a thunderbolt, it went into the woods. It took me a couple of seconds to understand, hey, that horse carried away my daughter. I cried out, Sakina. And then she called out, Mama, before she disappeared in the woods. I was numb with shock. I didn't know what to do. One horseman who knew English, he spoke to me. He said, pardon?
Just on a trek.
Yeah, you will come to know if you listen. With a little patience from your side, I would ask you to bear with me. So, yeah, this horse went into the wood, and one horseman followed her. He knew English. He said, "Baby, hold on to the horse." And my husband, who was hesitating to sit on the horse, suddenly transformed into a cowboy. He said, "Princess, here I come." And he went behind. I was left with the two boys.
Seriously, my horse.
Yeah.
What was the name of the topic?
Pardon?
What was the topic of the
Paradox emotion.
I don't see any paradox in that.
You will come. You please bear with me. It will take a couple of minutes before I come to the topic.
Shikaras made of Kashmir willow, which is famous.
Pardon?
Are the shikaras made of Kashmir willow?
I think so. I'm not very sure about it. I was a tourist. I didn't get so deep into what the shikara is made of. Anyways, coming back to my topic. Pardon?
Did you wear the Kashmiri dress that they?
Yes, I did. I do have a couple of photographs as well. But let me tell you of what happened then. My daughter, my only daughter, age 8, was disappeared. She had got lost in the woods, and we were moving around. One of the second horseman came to me attired in the Kashmiri attire. He spoke to me in Hindi, loaded in a Kashmiri accent. He said, "Mem saab, डरो मत, घोड़िया होशियार जानवर है." And I was shocked. Excuse me, gentlemen, please. I will draw your attention to my story. And that horseman came and told me then.
You can use the Rotary Club there for all to do good to lost people.
Yes, we will think about it after the meeting. Right now, my daughter had disappeared into the woods, and I'm worried about her. This horseman is coming and talking to me gibberish. He's talking about the horse being intelligent animal, and how does it make sense to me at all? I was worried. I was in really agony. I was crying almost, and my younger son, he started to cry.
You were also on the horse, right?
Yes, and then I consoled my son, and we moved on. As we were entering, the beautiful pine trees and the wine trees that were so beautiful, and it was a captivating moment. I looked up at the mighty Himalayas, and by then the sun was, it was dawn, and I could see the sun rays falling on the snow-capped mountains, and all of a sudden the mountains turned gold. It was magical. The forest below were whispering magic.
Wow.
And we.
You could get gold from there.
Yes, of course. I will take you there. And then what happened was we moved further. And those mountains, I was reminded of a poet when he said, "An angel robed in spotless white, bent down to kiss the sleeping night. Night woke to blush, the spirit was gone. Man saw the blush and called it dawn." And we moved further. And as we were moving down, I looked down below in the valley. There were beautiful tulips, lovely colors of red, pink and violet blooming down the valley. And we were moving further. My children, both my boys. Pardon?
You forgot your daughter.
Yeah, we are going, we are telling you. And then those boys, gentlemen, I try to draw your attention to my speech. Please cooperate with me and please give a little of your hearing. So as I was walking down, we used to spot the mountainous deer and sometimes the mountainous sheep. And my children would squeal with delight. The older of them suddenly would realize the gravity of the situation, and he used to say, "Mama, don't worry. By now Dada would have rescued Princess." There's so much of reading of fairy tales. Rescue her from what? From the horse. anyways, we moved further. And all the time I was worried about my daughter. Despite the beauty that was mesmerizing and it was so captivating, but down below I was hiding my tears because my children were watching me, and we were moving further. The springs that were coming down from the Himalayas, the glistening white, those streams, as they were splashing, they were singing and dancing along, and as they were splashing against the stones, they were breaking into thousands of diamonds and giggling while I was softly crying, praying for my child's well-being. We moved
Crying
further.
and you're still singing and you're
Yes, that
appreciating.
is the paradox of emotions. In fact, the emotions were doing kabaddi within me. I was happy, I was sad, I was anxious, I was frightful, everything that was happening at the same time. I was in the most beautiful place, yet I was so worried.
Which year was this?
This must have been in the year 2015.
I was not born.
Oh, I'm much older too. Anyways, coming back to the topic.
Pre-COVID days.
We finally reached our destination. It was a beautiful grassland, stretch of grassland beside a very beautiful lake, deep blue lake. And there, suddenly it started to snow. The snow was falling delicately on the grass. It was a breathtaking scene. And I sat there, sat on the horse seeing this scenery. It's so good. I thought of the poets, how it had captivated them. And I remembered Amir Khusro saying, Garbaruwe Firdaus Aminas, Aminastu, Aminastu, Aminas. If there is paradise on earth, it is here, it is here, it is here. But my eyes were searching for my daughter, despite me being in the paradise. And there I heard somebody call me, Mama! And I turned to look. There she was, all clad in the light blue powdered jeans with a white jersey. She was appearing taller than her age. She came trotting in the horse, and beside her was my husband. She came to me and she said, Mama, I have learned how to ride a horse. I said, a child merely of 8 years of age, despite in that kind of a situation, in adversity, she had learned an opportunity and she had learned to ride a horse. And then the tears of happiness were streaming down my face. She looked at me and she said, Mama, why are you crying? I said, no, nothing. And I smiled at her. I said, after all, human beings, a bundle of emotions, paradox emotion. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
What a speech. Toastmashima, you took us to Kashmir. I was seeing recently the picture of describing your visit, how your daughter was taken away by a horse. And despite the distractions that we tried, you're still able to have the thread of your speech and you continued without any break. It's really nice. Congrats. Good job. Once again, round of applause. In Toastmasters, as we progress, the speeches become more difficult and longer duration. The first speech is 4 to 6 minutes, 5 to 7, then 2 to 10 to 15 minutes, then even longer speeches. So we learn all aspects of communication in Toastmasters. Alright, so we complete the first part of the meeting, which is prepared speeches. Now it's time for fun. Are we ready?
Yes.
We have a fun master, who is also called table topic master. We'll take a break. We'll take a break for 5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll come back in 7 minutes. Thank you. Welcome back after the break. We are more cheerful now with tea and snacks. Thanks to Garden City for giving such beautiful, tasty snacks. You feel more energy now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the table talk master for today is the one. There's a lot of common interest with other Rotarians as well. He likes trekking and singing. The same music, not the same order. And he comes to Toastmasters meeting every week to challenge himself to come out of the comfort zone. We all have comfort zone, and he wants to try different roles so that he can flourish. He wants to be a great speaker, and is attempting to do that through Toastmasters. And he shared recently with me one photograph of him having coffee with the greatest actors of Kannada, Anantnag. In the restaurant, Anantnag and he having tea and some masala dosa. Has got good connections also. So please help me welcome the tabletop master for today, Toastmaster Pratap Ujjeni.
Good evening, everybody. Until now, the evening was graced by Madhubala, nicely dancing in this. But now, I bring you the Duck Duck Girl. Welcome to the table topics of the day. This table topic event that I have planned today, there will be a word or a situation written on the chip, and the speaker who picks up the chip has to share his experience or something she has learned from it or something funny about it. So shall we start the evening?
Yes.
Yeah. Who would like to volunteer? Sir? The guest?
Yeah, give last to the guest.
Okay.
To let him know how to handle the child.
Achha, fine. Good.
Yeah, take it.
Please, sir.
Water. Hot water.
Yes.
Good evening, Toastmasters. And good evening, Mr. Table Topic Master. Before I start the topic, see, a friend of mine was telling me he was a cricketer playing for LAC. He said, I always used to volunteer as the opening batsman. I asked him why. He said, whether you are opening batsman or you are going to come one down, maybe the difference is only one ball. So it is my turn, you go and face it. So I have taken a cue from him. So when he asked for volunteers, I volunteered first. So whatever it is, whatever topic comes, it is better to handle it, whether the first one or the second one or the last one. Better to handle it first. That is much better than that. Okay. Having told about the water, sometime back, water is very precious, no doubt. And they say the Third World War can be fought for water. I think there is something brewing in China, where they are trying to divert the water so that India will be deprived of water. And sometimes some of the neighboring countries are also there trying to do certain things which will be hazardous or will be depriving water to India. Having said that, when we talk about the water that is being consumed by the Karnataka, 2 days back also there was a big report in the papers. They said there is unquenchable thirst of Karnataka. Because now I think they have even introduced stage 5 of Kaveri, where they want to bring water from a very far distance to supply water to Bangalore. Having said that, the major thing is, there is a lot of cost involved in bringing water from that distance to Bangalore to provide water for the residents of Bangalore. What happens is a lot of politics is involved. The cost is not at all being compromised or made good or break even by the government. They are not able to do it. No running the government, no party that is running the government can offset this kind of a cost. They have to bear it and bear the loss. Because once they are in the opposition will find say you should not charge so much for the water. That is what is happening to the water that is feeding us. But the second one is, everybody have to conserve water. When you talk about the is it red it should?
Yes.
I didn't see the yellow coming up after green. Anyway. Okay. So they say when you supply water water in bottles, lot of water is wasted. Because many people, they drink half the water, or even some people, they just sip it and throw it. The rest of the water goes waste. It all happens in some of the gatherings, especially in marriages. So what I would request everybody, try to conserve water. If you are taking a bottle, please drink the full bottle, whether you want it or not, please drink the full bottle. Don't waste water. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Can we have the next volunteer, please? Sir, not heard you talk? You like to volunteer?
That's number 2.
Yes, go down. One down. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice topic. If you meet Katrina Kaif, what will you talk to her?
You want to make it public?
I have no choice in 3 minutes. Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I think this is a very tricky situation. I have not had such an opportunity, although I've been longing to, look forward to one, especially of course Katrina Kaif, and I feel she married the wrong guy. The first thing that I'm going to tell her is Vicky Kaushal is the wrong guy to marry, because she's such a lucid and wonderful actress, so beautiful, so charming, so gentle in her acting. What do you call it? Keda, absolutely brilliant and so nice. She, signifies Apsara. She signifies somebody who can be imagined to be from the Indra Loka. And imagine Vicky Kaushal is just an ordinary character. Of course, these days he looks good because of his beard. Without the beard, he is really ugly. And I don't know how she ever fell for him. Maybe because of that Josh. How is the Josh? Probably because of that she must have fallen for him. Otherwise, I tell her he's not the right person. And of course, I don't know whether I'm the right person. But I am sure to keep you always happy, cheerful, and elevated. Because I'm going to, speak about your beauty all through, like John Keats, of all the English poets who have talked about beauty, I'm going to use that. Like Madam said, a thing of beauty is a joy for her. And Katrina Kaif certainly is a thing of beauty and is a joy forever. Not only for me, for the people who see her with me. Mr. David Thomas.
Thank you, sir. Are you all on the same page? Are you all on the same page?
Yeah.
Can I now call upon the guest of the day, Mr. Deepak?
Yes. I'm honored. So I need to pick one.
Yes, one sheet, sir. And
You can call me Deepak. No, sir.
that's your luck. One to go. One to go, please. Also, one to go, please.
Okay. It's the topic of my film only. So I have how much? 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I will able in 1.5. Good evening to all. So my topic is how will you spend the day if you are given lots of money but also wanted by police? It's a cool one. First of all, I will give all my money to Seema to help those needy people, because I don't have any chance of putting that illegal money to my bank, because my CA and lawyer will sue me for all those activities. Because now these days privacy and secrecy is a myth. Some websites are there. In my mobile, 875 apps are running right now. In one app is called Hood. In that app, you can make yourself anonymous. Like my handle is there, Yesterday handle was Angel is making. Today the handle is I am divine soul liking. So I change my handles daily. So many people are there confused like who is that person. Yesterday I was female, today I am male. Next day I will be O, like no male, no female. It's anonymous. So I enjoy my learning like this. So for money part, I spend my money like I don't have money. I spend all my money to everywhere. Like I am a share market investor for last 7 years. So I know how to invest money for good things. And now I try to put myself in the crypto market also, because crypto is good for money making if you want to settle in anywhere in the world. Share market is good as a money if you want to settle anywhere in India. So I don't need to put anything for police and all, because I don't buy that idea of bribe and all, because I learn IPC. So police people usually frighten with me. I talk with IPC only. So that's it from my side. So no need of any money related activity. I will hand over to Seema only to take care of those needy people. Thanks from my side. Thanks for listening.
Thanks. Can I call somebody from NIT to the next guest? Abhi.
Teamwork. I don't think any Rotarian needs any advice on teamwork, because we have been working throughout in our Rotary circle in many teams. Without teamwork, nothing happens. We have been doing this teamwork in the past. Either you take a Rotarian from his own club, or you take past presidents, even like past presidents like me, Anand and Pratap, we have done a lot of work together. Or as a team, we have gone outside in so many places together. Teamwork is one such work with which each person gets his own experience, because Anand has got a different kind of experience, Pratap has got a different kind of experience, I have a different experience. So all these experiences combined together will give a fruitful outcome, without which we were not able to do anything. And that's why you find Rotary is very successful, because we believe in teamwork. Without teamwork, nothing happens. We tell even the president of the club, do not do anything on your own. Involve your members, have a team, build a team. That's why even a small club also has got a board. In that board, we have a team. Again, in the team, there is a different subcommittee, sub-teams. Without teamwork, nothing happens. So this is team.
Thank you, Ravi. Can I call the president, madam? Your luck for the day? Yes.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, the topic for me is, if you are being sent to the moon, what will you take with you? When the first man went on moon, he said it is a small step for a man but a giant step for a mankind. And I will be the privileged one. The very thought of going on moon is exciting, because I love traveling. And now to go to a moon is something very good. What will I take with me if I go to the moon? I want to take so many things. My books, my family, my children, and maybe Garden City Toastmasters Club. And because NITK is with us, I'll probably take all of you. Why not? Because it is not just a material thing that you would like to take. We can take a few friends as well. And let us build a beautiful garden city over there with a beehives also. See, basically, to come back to a little serious note, see what we are is very important. We are people with certain values. Wherever we are, whether we are over here in India or abroad or in moon or wherever, these are certain values that we should not compromise on. We have to carry our values along with us, wherever we are. And that is what makes us a human being. So if at all we learn to be a very contributing member to the society, and from our actions, our words, our deeds, if we can benefit the society at large, it is beautiful. And whether I stay on the earth, planet Earth, or when I go to the moon, I would like to carry these values. Thank you. Over to the next topic.
Thank you. For a wonderful thought that was. For a wonderful thought that was. Taking values to the moon. Great.
There's one water there. All we need is whiskey and some chutneys.
One more topic. One more topic. May I request Anand?
I thought I'd escape the butterflies, but I don't think it's going to leave me. Car or bike? Is there a choice you're giving me whether I want a car or a bike?
An experience of fun that you had with your car or bike?
I consider myself an outdoor man, an adventurist. I always used to find ways of going around seeking adventure in anything I do. Car or bike is a topic that he has given me where I have done and sought and achieved adventure with both. 1987, Kawasaki Bajaj RTZ was the in thing to have. So I had the Kawasaki Bajaj RTZ in my garage. And then what do I do with it? Going around 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, seriously didn't do anything much to me. Just packed a bag, a backpack, put some money in my wallet and said, let me drive down or ride down to Kanyakumari. On the way, I see people stopping me and asking me, 100cc bike, will it come to Salem? Will it go up to Kanyakumari? But yes, my dear friends, it did. That was an awesome ride. Only problem was sitting on it with your bottom already screaming by the time you did 100 kilometers. And then the time came when I could buy a SUV and said, why not now? So I drove down to Leh, Bangalore, Ladakh, Leh, Kardungla, Nubla Valley, and back to Bangalore. What was the difference between the car and the bike? The adventure was always there, but the air in your face, the air in your head was something much more awesome, and maybe the youth of exuberance to understand or to experience the adventure was too good. Whether it's car or bike, my dear Toastmaster, it's my forte. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anand. Cheerful story indeed. Going on a bike and a car. I hope you've enjoyed this table topic session. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
There is a small rule. It said that tabletop master also should get a topic, right? All of us agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So the topic for the tabletop master is.
How do you frame the table topic questions?
You went to restaurant to have coffee and you see Rajkumar there, way back. So interactions with Rajkumar, Dr. Rajkumar of Kannada.
So, my experience with Anantnag itself was terrifying. Anantnag walked in, I was sitting there in Janardhan Hotel. Anantnag walked in, told hi, and he sat down. I was a bit shocked. And if Rajkumar does that, I would get a heart attack. Probably because Rajkumar is no more. And what would happen if I see Rajkumar walking in? First thing is heart attack. The second thing, if I survive that heart attack, I would be very happy to speak to him because he is a doyen of the Kannada industry, film industry. Probably I would first thing that I would ask him was how his experience was when shooting his first film. Would it make him nervous? How would he cope up with the nervousness? And probably then go on to his experience in the film industry and why he's so successful. What made him? Why is he so humanly humble as a person? Even when such fame and money has come to him, he has not gone to his head. That is one thing that I always have seen and appreciated about Dr. Rajkumar. And that will probably be my first question. Why is he so humble? And probably another question that I would ask is, what happened during the Veerappan kidnap? Because that's always been at the back of my head. How he survived those 108 days. It was really tough for us as youths to do trekking, and he at his age, walking with a bandit, with a gun on his head, he really tough on his emotional side and on his physical side. So that would be how I would interact with Dr. Rajkumar. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now it's time to move to the third part, which is the most valuable section of the meeting where we get to take back what is that I've done well and where I could improve further. So to do this, we have ATM Mr. Nijaji. Please welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster today. Today we had 3 speeches, so before starting general evaluation, let's have evaluation of those 3 speeches. The first speech was delivered by Toastmaster Habib and evaluated by Mr.
Sir, you can request people to ask the best speaker before evaluation.
First speaker.
Yeah, you can mark the best speaker now. Please.
Your mark.
It's okay.
Fine. Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests, if any. I think it was one of the finest speeches that I've ever heard, not only in terms of body language, but also in terms of voice modulation. Because everything that he said was supported enough by the power of his voice. And that's exactly what I look for in a speech. More than what you say, it is how you say that matters. I think the entire speech was full of punch about how important customer service was. And really, I mean, those who want to elevate themselves or become successful in life, everyone that we meet is a customer of a sort. And I think he displayed that completely. He said, when that Devanhalli man first approached him, he said, I am everything, and the computer itself is the factory. Right? And the way he gave attention to that gentleman, the entire Devanhalli became his, fans or customers for that matter. And that's exactly what customer service is all about. And being in the banking, coming from a banking field, I know what customer service is and how important it is. You have to see that the person comes back, and I think he gave beautifully, he illustrated with an anecdote. He also, the inflection that he showed when he said, trust me, the way he used that really, influenced me. He said 50% of Devanhalli are my customers. Again, that was beautifully done as far as voice modulation is concerned. And of course, he used a lot of hand gestures. Plus, eye contact was good. He looked at everyone, and everything that he said was supported by the body language. Because body language forms 55% of what you communicate, and I think he did that exceedingly well. If there are anything, that need an improvement. Number one is the handling of the spectacles was slightly, off color. Especially when we are talking about body language, you either have it on you or you get rid of them. Don't ever handle them. So those are actions which take our attention away from what you say. So don't do anything that is jarring, that is off color. I think that was one. The other one was notes. I don't think you require notes, especially when you have such a vast experience with customer service. And you say you have given customer service for the last 30, 35 years, you don't even look that old. I still don't understand how, at what age you started serving customers. You must be really having plenty of experience in customer service. Absolutely brilliant. The way you started also, you asked us a question, what is customer service? And you explained that also in a beautiful way. I've never come across this quote of what a customer service. Support of a customer before or after the purchase of a product. I think that's a beautiful statement, customer service. Beautifully done. And if I should summarize what you said, the conclusion was slightly wanting. Conclusion was not all that good. You said, it is your duty and you can get your customers back, customer service. Probably you can use Dale Carnegie's statement, he says, don't make a person feel that he's being sold to. Make him feel that he's buying.
I concur with the evaluator and whatever he has told. Now to add a few more points. For the first half of your speech, your hands were like this, you're clasping your hands, and clasping hands like this gives an impression to the audience that you are nervous. There's one thing. Second thing, what I want to tell you is, most of the time you are standing only here. Because it was body language, it was imperative that you make slight movements on the stage. So when you are moving from one part of the speech to another part, always you have to move on the stage to break monotony. And the third suggestion I have for you is, instead of speaking a lot, you give us 5-6 stories. Instead of giving us, speaking little about a lot of things, it's always better you speak more about few things that will not confuse the customer, the audience. So, just one story, if you had told us in detail, it would have been much better and it would have avoided all the confusion. Because you hopped from one story to another story and there was no proper transformation between it. So please work out on this. And this being your only second speech, the suggestions I have given is little more, but it's better for you in your future. And the second speech was delivered by Toastmaster Anand and evaluated by D.T. Ram.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Mr. Toastmaster Anand in particular. You have opened your speech with a question. Imagine yourself on the Alps, having lost your passport. What would you do? Opening a speech with a question is one of the best ways of starting a speech for you to immediately catch the attention of your audience. Obviously, you also caught my attention. You have mentioned many such instances or difficult situations, and where Rotary in any part of the world is there ready to help you. You also beautifully brought Toastmasters and Rotary onto the same page as our phrase of the day. Having said that, I would just one or two suggestions for you to improve your speech or to take it to the higher level. I felt your voice was almost on the same level of audibility and speed of the speech. many opportunities for you to modulate your voice. The second one I felt is, though you had good movement on the podium, I felt there was the actual body language was not, I could not see anything. Though your movement was there in your delivery, your speech, there were no specific body movements to add impact to your speech. Last thing, what I would like to, I don't know whether I felt I should I say it or not, but anyway, I would like to say it out. See, as per Toastmaster International, TMOD is there to introduce you in a colorful way to boost you to give a better delivery, but you came in, you dismissed it. I felt you could have avoided that. Having said that, you delivered a wonderful and informative speech about what Rotary can help different people in different places of the world in different situations. You are spot on writing a speech on your defined purpose. I wish you all the best for your future speeches.
Thank you. Thank you. I partially concur with the evaluator on whatever points he has made. Number one, Toastmaster Anand, the objective of your speech was to write your speech. And I am sure you are not written the speech. You came here and the speech was mostly, you had just some points in your mind and you started telling us. And there was a beginning, and the only beginning that you had was you started by asking a question. But the contents were so incoherent. It wasn't, for me, it did not look, I'm sorry because I want you to improve, that's why I'm telling you this. For me, it did not look like a speech, it was a report on Rotary Club. It was just a report. And you gave us some 7-8 stories, all unconnected, and there was no transformation between one story and another story. So they were unconnected. Like what I told to your earlier first speaker, I'm telling you the same thing. Instead of telling little about a lot of things, you tell us more about few things. That's always better. And please draft your speech, and this was not scripted, that's sure. And we have one speaker who was standing at one place, and he was not moving on the stage. We have another speaker who is continuously moving on the stage like a polar bear. So, try to make a balance. Always it is advisable that you stand at one point, you tell something, then when you're moving from one part of the speech to another or from one paragraph to another, just make a small movement. It's not necessary to have continuous movements or continuous hand gestures. That part, all the best for your level 1 project. Now the third speech was delivered by Toastmaster Shima and it is being evaluated by Toastmaster
Okay, are you all ready to listen to the evaluation of the third speaker? Of course. Really? Okay. Good evening to all the Toastmasters once again, and in particular Toastmaster Shima, the president of GCTC. Okay, Toastmaster Shima, as an evaluator, I am required to evaluate how you responded to the disturbed audience, how you handled them. I am not here to evaluate your speech today. That's what the guidance is. Coming to the evaluation guidelines, you started off very well with the story, a real story in Kashmir. In between, there were some disturbances from the audience. How did you respond to them? What I observed was, you were fully focused on your speech. You were soaked in so much that you wanted to enjoy your speech. And many times I observed that you just overlook the audience disruption. It's a good quality. continue with your speech, continue with what you're talking. 100% it's a very good quality. Voice modulation, your actions, your emotions, everything was very nice. But when it comes to the audience interruptions, the disturbances, few points that I have to suggest for you. See, let us all remember, we are delivering a speech not for ourselves. It is for the audience. Am I right? So, it is for the audience. So, when the audience are making some sort of sound or disturbances, it may mean that they are not enjoying the speech. That is why they are losing the focus. Or the subject on which you are speaking may not be of interest to them. So, however, whenever you responded to the audience questions, you just say, I draw your attention. They were asking you questions. So, my suggestion is take a pause, understand what their question is, reply to them, take a pause once again, and ask, can I continue now? You continue after that. So, taking a pause after every disturbance, after every response, and before any response, will definitely take your speech to the next level. To summarize, your focus was great. Carry on with that, and add a few suggestions for improvement areas. Please develop some pauses in between one of the audiences.
3 minutes.
Disturbing you. Thank you so much.
I concur with the evaluator and coming to the speaker again, like what he told, take a pause and reply them. And also you can tell them, okay, it's a good question that you asked me, I'll answer you after the meeting. That's very easy way of avoiding disturbance. And the one thing, most of the time this Toastmaster very beautifully handled whatever disturbance was done by the audience. And only one time, I think, when Toastmaster Pratap moved out of the room and came back, I think he ignored that. That time he did not notice, he did not take action on that disturbance, because he did not make any disturbance. He simply stood up, went out and came back. So that time I think he would have been a little more attentive. Now what I say is, what I appreciate is, we had two speakers who had 5 to 7 minute speeches, and within every speech they had 10 to 12 stories. And here is one speaker who spoke for 10 to 15 minutes with only one story. And that is what I appreciate. Expand it. Expand it. It's very important. Speak about few things in more detail. That way there will be no confusion in the minds of the people. See, the very concept of delivering a speech is to transfer an idea from your mind to the mind of the audience. So it has to be as simple and as easy to understand as possible. And it is also not advisable to use very high sounding words, jargon and all. Make it simple. Use short sentences and easy. And if it is coupled with a bit of voice modulation and body language, nothing else. And the best example of body language and voice modulation are beggars on the road. No one can beat them. And hawkers. Okay, and let me get into the general evaluation of the meeting. And now you can vote for the best evaluator as well as the best table topic speaker. Now coming to the general evaluation of the meeting was started at 6:50 p.m. by Sergeant at Arms, yours truly. So he started by speaking, by welcoming the gathering and administered the oath of the club and everything, but he forgot about the 3 golden rules about mobile and all those things, and unless it was reminded by the president, and then he told them. So I would like to hear a round of applause for this Sergeant at Arms. Now talking talking about the presiding officers, we have two presiding officers. Number one is our own Toastmaster Shima Mosin. She spoke on the theme and learning out with fun, and she spoke about her school days. Then some village visit where she learned a lot about agriculture. And she also told us something about Manreka, and what I appreciate is she formally opened the meeting. Sometimes, most of the time, the presiding officers forget to formally open the meeting, and this was done by both the presiding officers today, and that is highly appreciable. And what I felt is it's a standard that presiding officer has to tell us about Toastmaster International, and it is the job of the, since you did not tell Toastmaster of the day stepped in, but about Toastmaster International, it has always to be told by the presiding officer, and Toastmaster of the day has to only tell us about the 3 sessions of the meeting. And coming to, I would like to hear a round of applause for Toastmaster Shima. Coming to the second presiding officer, Toastmaster Santosh Kejriwal, he did something really forgotten by the first presiding officer. He took the guest introductions, and also he introduced the Toastmaster of the day in a befitting manner. Everything was very well done. I would like to hear a round of applause for Toastmaster. Now coming to, I'll cut to Toastmaster of the day later on. Let me get the report of the meeting leaders. Number one is the time Toastmaster.
The timer's report. The sergeant at arms is allotted 3 minutes, whereas he overshot by 54 seconds. 3 minutes 54 seconds. Presiding officer number 1 is allotted 7 minutes. She completed in 5 minutes 30 seconds. Presiding officer 2 was allotted 4 to 5 minutes. He completed within 4 minutes 42 seconds. Speaker 1, a 5 to 7 minute speech, overshot by 48 seconds, 7 minutes 48 seconds was the time. Speaker 2, Anand, again was allotted 5 to 7 minutes, overshot by 31 seconds, 7 minutes 31 seconds was the speech. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Shima, was allotted 10 to 15 minutes. She completed well within the time, 10 minutes 28 seconds. We had a break of 7 minutes, which was overshot by 2.5 minutes. And coming to the table topics. Speaker 1. I told you. Speaker 1, 7 minutes 48 seconds. Overshot by 48 seconds. Table topics. DTM Ram Gopal took 3 minutes 22 seconds. DTM Ramlal was well within time, 1 minute 43 seconds. Guest speaker Deepak, 2 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Habib, 1 minute 28 seconds. Toastmaster Shiba, 1 minute 36 seconds. Toastmaster Anand, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Pratap, 1 minute 55 seconds. First evaluator, 3 minutes. Second evaluator, Toastmaster Ram Gopal, 2 minutes 35 seconds. Third evaluator, Santosh Kejriwal ji, 3 minutes 9 seconds. That's from my side.
Thank you so much. So we will not have any voting for the best prepared speeches because the first 2 speakers are disqualified, and we have only 1 speaker who is the winner. Toastmaster Shima is the best speaker today. And coming to table topics, I think Toastmaster Ram Gopal is disqualified in table topics as well as evaluation. So he can vote among the remaining people. We have already done. Please pass it on to Toastmaster Shima after you have voted. No, there is one more vote with big 3.
However, you may vote for the best speaker. But also you want to know who is really good.
No, you have to also, don't pass it on to her, you have to also vote for big 3. Big 3 is between the best role player between TMOD,
table topics master and general evaluator. So that you can vote after I have completed my report. And our counter report. Yes.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for giving me this opportunity. We had some new crutch words today. Ramlalji had 3 hours, 4 rooms. Having said that is another crutch word that I could latch on to. And I mean was a special crutch word. I lost count of it after 7. DBM Mirza has a fond affinity towards and. You had about 5 R's and about 5 and I mean about 3 times. Ramdas ji, you purred like a beautiful, well-oiled engine that made satin feel like sandpaper. Beautiful. You disappointed me by not giving me an opportunity to mark you with it. And Mr. Habib, your speech was good. I seriously wanted to catch you somewhere, but I just find only this 2 buts. Maybe I should leave it out. Shima, electric car, no jarring notes anywhere, clean and smooth. Ram Gopalji was all equally very good except for a few I means. Deepak, you had 2 R's and 2 O's. Pratap, my dear man, so is a very favorite crutch word. So you had 3 or 4 times. And R's about 3 times, and I lost count after 6. And that's my report from the R counter.
Thank you so much. Can I have the report of the
Mr. General Evaluator for the Toastmasters and guests. As far as grammar is concerned, I think everyone has done exceedingly well. I did not find anything jarring except one, which normally every one of us makes a mistake when it comes to that. One of my friend was used by one of us. It is one of my friends. When you say one of, it should always end in a plural. Either you say one friend or one of my friends. So that's the only wrong usage that I found as far as grammar is concerned. But as far as the usage of the language itself is concerned, all the 3 speakers did splendidly good. I mean, Toastmaster Habib, Toastmaster Anand, and Madam Shima, absolutely brilliant. I do not note down, there's no time for me to note down. Wonderful. Every one of you have spoke so well with a lot of intensity also behind the words. That was beautiful. And what I have noted down, a few of them, the experience of being Rotarians. One phrase which I like very much. And then Madam used John Keats' a thing of beauty is a joy forever, that I like very much because I had forgotten that after college. And also I like the title that she had for her speech, that is Emotional Paradox. I have not come across emotion and paradox being clubbed together. This is the first time that I have come across beautifully done. And in your speech also there was beautiful word, delicious. One word which seldom used, right? It has a lot of meaning in it. Contemplate is another word that you used. And magical, beautiful words. And that poet you described during the speech towards the end, and I couldn't note down. Wonderful words there. And Amir Khusu's poem also gave us this. Probably if you had translated it would be much better. She did. So that was good. And then I don't think there's anything else that I had noted down here. This is beautiful, and language is super. Whatever it was used, including Toastmaster Ramdas's language is very good. Another phrase that I'm saying that I like to speak about a few things in more detail. That is a beautiful formation of sentence. With that, I hand the grammar report to you. And cheerful, coming to cheerful, I think only 2 people used as far as I know, because I don't know, I came in late. what was Toastmaster Anand used to work, and I also used it during my evaluation. Back to
Thank you. And so, phrase of the day, I think many people have used today. We are on the same page.
Yeah?
Really?
Oh, sorry.
And there was one improper.
Also, you can include in your report.
There was one improper usage of the English language. I think you did not notice it.
Yeah.
I have noted it down. As I said earlier, I think it should have been as I told earlier.
Nice.
It's okay.
Said is when I'm saying it. When I'm saying it to somebody else, then as I told him, so there has to be an object.
In that context, it should have been told.
Said. Said is correct, as I said earlier, because we don't know to whom he is saying it.
Okay.
So that's correct as it is. If there's an object, then it has to be told.
Okay, thank you. I stand corrected. Thank you so much. Now, coming to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ramdas, but the role play that you did today is what we call in our Toastmaster terms as textbook type of role play. There is nothing you missed. Was so alert and everything was so professionally done. First of all, he spoke on the theme of the day. Then he told us about the linkers meeting and celebrations, and he explained 3 sessions of the Toastmaster meeting. And also, he told us about Toastmaster International. He gave the current figures. You know, people generally they forget. They give some 4 months old or 5 months old figures, and that is what I appreciate about him. And some incidences like someone came to Toastmaster meeting and told after attending the meeting my headache is gone. Or maybe to escape some headache at home she came here, we don't know.
No, that would be the case. It went away, then
Okay, and also I introduced the general evaluator, the Toastmaster, table topics master, and all these speakers in a beautiful way. Everything very well done, but I have only 2 suggestions for you, sir. Number 1, you are the captain of the ship, you are Toastmaster of the day, and everything was very well done. Your English was impeccable, everything you followed according to the rule book. The only thing that I would suggest you to do is, first of all, raise your voice a bit and bring in more energy. That was required, number 1. Number 2, most of the time you are standing only at one place. A little bit of movement on the stage would have been much better. Nevertheless, he has performed his role very professionally. I would like to hear a lot of applause from him. Now coming to our table topics master, Toastmaster Putar. What I appreciate is your innovative idea of bringing in chits and asking for volunteers and asking them to pick up the topics, and the topics were excellent. Most of them were able to address the topic. That's important. They were not suggestive, they were not situational. Even if situational, they were easy to address. Everything was very well done. Only 2 suggestions I have for you. As it is standard, the table topics master, when he comes here, he is supposed to explain what table topics is all about and when it can be useful for us in our lives. That you missed. And secondly, there are some guests also today. Maybe there are some new Toastmasters. You should have told us the timing criteria. These 2 things you missed. That apart, you are doing a fantastic job. I would like to hear a round of applause for you. With that, I have completed my general evaluatory report and hand over control of the direction back to the Toastmaster.
Believe me, the benefit of linkers meeting is with different perspectives. So this is what we are expecting, and thank you so much for giving different perspectives and feedback than that we get in our normal weekly meetings in our club. And coming to different location itself makes us more vulnerable to different respected audience. I really thoroughly enjoyed today's meeting. Thanks to Garden City for giving the opportunity. I really enjoyed. Thank you so much. Pleasure for me and for our club as well. It's my pleasure to hand over back to the presiding officer of the GCTC.
Thank you. Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters and guests, how was the meeting? How was it, Josh?
Hi.
Thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. But before I tell anything about the concluding remarks, I would ask the guests to kindly give the feedback. Only we have.
Go there or
They are from there.
need to stand up or?
Yes.
Very good evening to all. So I am not very capable of giving any feedback to you event souls. Because you people are very high in the IQ, EQ, EQ and SQ. Usually I follow only 4. IQ, intelligence quotient, EQ, energy quotient, PQ, passion quotient, SQ, spiritual quotient. So I define myself in all 4. You all are much more higher than all 4 than I. So, and my only suggestion is that whatever topic we pick, we must devote ourselves to the topic itself. Sometimes we flow with that different kind of jargons. We must avoid. As like Sima started very well. She created a picture. I saw one movie called Drishyam. In that movie, Ajay Devgan was trying to save his daughter by all means. Whatever he learned in that movie, watched more than 1,000 crime movies, he put all his ideas to save his daughter. The same I saw in Sima's attempt. So many distractions, so many things, but she didn't have any like disturbance, or she was like anchor of the ship, like no, I need to go there and I will be conquer the world. And my theory is that individually we can win, but together we can conquer. So she conquered her challenge. If I would be there in her place, maybe I could say some bad words or something like, hey, just go out, do some like refreshment from outside, don't disturb me again. But she was so smiling and I just so much inspiring from her act. So that's why I wrote her name twice. No, in my case, I am a very honest, corrupt person in the world.
Honest corrupt person. Very nice.
I am the most honest corrupt person in the world. So my feedbacks are like that only. So my feedback for this meeting is like I learned a lot, and in future also if I get some time, definitely I will come from Marathali for 2.5 hours journey to learn so many things from you people. Thanks for your time and thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your feedback. We look forward for having you as a member of Garden City Toastmasters Club. Our doors are always open for new members to join our club, and you're most welcome for it. And as we were talking about our meeting, fun and learning, we did have fun as well as learning. It was like both the clubs were on the same page, and it was a cheerfully we started the meeting and cheerfully we are ending the meeting. In nature, if you look, there is something called symbiosis, where there are two different species, lichens as well as the algae. They come together. One provides a shelter and another provides food. It was something like that. So this linkers meeting was symbiosis between Garden City Toastmasters Club and NITKB High. So I congratulate each one of you for making this meeting a wonderful and a memorable one, fun with learning. Thank you. Before I conclude and hand over to the presiding officer of NITK, I will announce the winners of today's meeting. For prepared speech, though our GE said not to not to do the counting, but anyways it was in one, only one person's name was coming. So it was yours truly. Or I would request who and do the honors. And then President, So Kejriwal, Toastmaster Kejriwal, please do the honors.
The one who does not get the prize is the Tulsi.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm giving you.
Congratulations.
One more for the photo. Sorry, you took care. Okay, thank you.
Right?
Done.
Thanks. Done. For the table topics, we have Toastmaster Anand.
Car and bike.
So, will you also come? Together we'll hand over
We can give one
the congratulations.
rolling shield.
For best evaluator, we have Toastmaster Santosh. Congratulations.
Thank you. Done?
Done.
Thank you. Thanks.
And for week 3, we have Toastmaster Ramdas.
Just noting down. Thank you. Congrats.
Congratulations.
With this, I close Garden City Toastmasters Club meeting 1596 close. Now I hand over to NITK President, Mr. Toastmaster Kejriwal.
Whenever someone addresses me as Kejriwal, I always remember one sentence. When people ask me, are you related to Arvind Kejriwal? So what would be my answer?
No.
Yes. We are both Indians. That would be my answer. Isn't it?
Yes.
So all the Toastmasters from NITK, Beehive and Garden City Toastmaster Club. It was a wonderful meeting. We had a good experience, a good outing at a new place, with the new members of Toastmasters. We learned many things over here, and I hope that on the other side of the table we will learn a lot of things from our members. So let's keep learning with fun. Thank you all so much. I joined meeting number 231 for NITK
For the first time, we had somebody of our age